Jeremy Lin wasn't supposed to be in the NBA. Not drafted, not recruited, not wanted. But for 26 days in 2012, he became the most unstoppable player on the planet. This is more than a basketball story. This is what every overlooked hooper needs to understand. How someone with no hype, no opportunity, and no support became a global phenomenon.
Who is this kid? Yeah, I've heard about him, stuff like that, but I don't know what he's been doing.
Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, the Jeremy Lin saga.
This is the rise, fall, and legacy of Jeremy Lin, and the blueprint for every underdog. Before Linsainity, Jeremy Lin spent years invisible. In high school, he won a state championship, but no major D1 schools wanted him. Not because he wasn't good enough, but because nobody believed that an Asian American guard could dominate. He goes to Harvard, balls out, but scouts don't care. Goes undrafted in 2010, signs with Golden State, rides the bench, cut, picked up by Houston, cut again. At this point, most players quit. Most players assume the league has already made up its mind. But Lin kept showing up. In 2012, the Knicks were injured, desperate, and honestly, out of options. They only kept Lin because cutting him cost more money. He was the last guy on the bench, sleeping on a teammate's couch. D-League one day, MSG the next. Then, on February 4th versus the Nets, everything changed. In the fourth quarter, Coach D'Antoni gives Lin a chance, and Jeremy Lin goes off. 25 points, 7 assists, out of nowhere. But what makes this insane is what happens next. This wasn't a one-game fluke. This man goes on a run that no undrafted player has ever touched. 28 versus the Jazz, 23 and 10 versus the Wizards. Outduels Kobe with 38 at MSG. Drops 27 with the game winner in Toronto. Leads a 7-game Knicks win streak and puts the entire NBA in panic mode.
He was frying everybody that he was lined up with though. Like, he was getting to the money, knowing that he was in the scouting report at this point. Now it's like everybody's tired of hearing his name.
Overnight, Jeremy Lin became the most searched person on the planet. MSG sells out. Lin's jersey breaks records. And for the first time ever, millions of hoopers who never saw someone like them in the NBA finally felt represented. Linsainity didn't end because Jeremy got figured out. It ended because the system around him changed. Carmelo returns. ISO-heavy offense replaces the pick-and-roll magic. The ball leaves Lin's hands. His ACL injury ends the season. New York didn't re-sign him. After New York, Lin evolves. He becomes the top-tier 6th man in Charlotte. He helps Brooklyn rebuild. And in 2019, he becomes the first ever Asian American to win an NBA championship. But even then, he said he felt like the NBA gave up on him.
I feel like in some ways the NBA is kind of giving up on me.
He had to go overseas to continue his career. Jeremy didn't fail, the league failed him. Coaches, systems, biases, they'll try to box him in. But here's the truth. Linsainity wasn't an accident. It's what happens when a preparation finally meets opportunity. His story shows every hooper, the overlooked freshman, the short guard, the kid nobody notices, that one moment can change everything, if you're ready for it. Jeremy Lin didn't rewrite basketball. He rewrote belief. This is his legacy, and the blueprint every underdog hooper should follow.